Hi healers. So today's video is about time in nature and why it's so important to make sure that you take time away from devices and get you some time with the mother, with the source. And this is something that I've learned over time and one of the many lessons that Asia taught me. It was a big difference living in Asia versus living in the Western world and Western cities. And I could tell when I came back home. And I knew that a big factor in terms of difference was time in nature and how intertwined the Asian cities I lived were with nature, how much more they were intertwined with nature than the cities that I've lived in the States, and how big a difference that made to me and in my spirit. So basically this, right? So we are beings and we are vibratory. We vibrate. Everything around us, everything is connected, right? And so we are striving basically to be this ideal, harmonized vibration, this higher vibration, our higher selves. And so basically every single day when we are living our city lives, we are just taking in all kinds of vibratory frequencies that mesh with our own frequency. And these frequencies are, some of them have agendas, right? Some of them want money from us. So are advertising to us, sometimes telling us that we're not good enough. Some of these frequencies are frequencies of violence that we see, that we didn't ask to see, but that are shown in the media. Some of these frequencies are frequencies of fear, a lot of fear-mongering frequencies. Some of these frequencies are frequencies in the food that we eat and that we digest every day. Also the feeds that we intake when we're on social media. And so these frequencies, once again, are colliding with us and adjusting our frequency all the time, nonstop, all the time, right? This is also, we encounter these different frequencies via like people that we work with, go to school with, friends, family members. Sometimes they are uplifting and sometimes they're toxic, right? So why Mother Nature is so important is because Mother Nature is the source. The source, right? There's no lies out here. There's no lies in the trees. There's no hidden agendas from the flowers and the wind. Mother Nature just kind of is and can be that reminder in this world where we're just like, what is really going on out here? It's just this kind of like, this is what it actually is in Mother Nature. There's no questions. There's, once again, no agenda. And that makes a big difference in terms of what your frequency is going to be fed when you are with her, right? It's a peaceful, usually peaceful frequency. And so it's a peaceful, truthful frequency without a hidden agenda. And that is why it's so important to get back to her, to take that time away from devices and just to get to a source where there's peace, where there's truth, where there's understanding, where there's divine intelligence, you know? And so that is why when I try to get out to her, just to correct my breathing out here. Everything just slows down, right? Time just dissipates. There is no such thing as time, and everything just slows down. And I have the opportunity to observe and to learn and to listen and to be a student and to allow Mother Nature to teach me, and also just to listen to the lessons that are inside of myself that may not have had a chance to surface, right? And some of the things that Mother Nature might teach, you know, are very simple but very important. Like, why are you rushing, right? Does Mother Nature rush? No. but everything still happens according to the right schedule and the right timing out here, you know, but there's no rush. There's cycles. So you observe, like, the seed is planted in one cycle, it sprouts in another cycle, and everything, it might go barren in another cycle, only to give and birth again and to regrow. And it's just like, okay, this is another lesson that you can apply. When in your life do you need to pay more attention to the cycles? When are you needing to rest rather than work? When are you needing to work rather than rest? Do you have routines and cycles that support your growth, you know? So these are things that Mother Nature teaches, basically. The non-linear aspect of Mother Nature, right? There's no lines out here. None. Not one straight line. Like, this is all man-made. All lines, straight lines, are man-made. But to make room for the circles and the curves and all of the bends and all of these other shapes, you know, that's Mother Nature. She makes space and time, and yeah, makes use of, not makes use of, but just grows in these unorthodox patterns, right? What else has Mother Nature taught me? I feel like she's also just taught me, like, that there's so many unique plants and flowers and trees, right? But none to be compared to any other, you know? So much beauty to be found and upheld in its own way and in its own forms. And also, not last, but also just like connectivity, right? There's animals and insects that live in the trees, and there's decomposers that decay and help break down dead matter. And there's just a relationship between everything that's out here when you're in nature. And so that unification, that unity consciousness, that reminder that everything is one is just very blatant when you're out in Mother Nature. And so these are things that, you know, you always know, but that we need to be reminded of. And so when you come out here in the source, it's just an opportunity to kind of breathe. And because we come from nature, it's just this moment of like remembering who you are, remembering where you came from, and getting away from lies and pressure and agenda and this sort of, this daily, I want to call it panic, pandemonium is what it is. It's pandemonium out here. As my girl said, the world is looking more and more like a dumpster fire. And it's just like, no, but remember, like, there are beautiful places and there are beautiful moments. And it is worth taking the time to come and to visit her and to spend time with her. We live on a garden gem of a planet presently, you know, and hopefully we can preserve this garden gem of a planet even longer. But it's just to remember, like, the beauty of what is and the beauty of where we come from and the nature and the values that are upheld in these sacred spaces and in her, you know, in her, with the mother, with the source. So yeah, I just noticed this. And in Asia, it's just like, it's different. And I remember, you know, like, I'd spent time outside before. I lived in New York City for a long time. And so I would go to the parks, right? But let me tell you something. There's nothing like waking up in the Himalayan mountains for a month. You know, you just feel different. The air is different. There's peace there. And when you really get out in nature and really take the time to get away, there's just so much healing that can happen just innately. You don't have to pay. You just go. And there's just, you can't hold on to your grudges and you can't hold on to your anxieties. It's just a place where all of that just melts away and it just melts off of you. And it's a beautiful thing. I remember definitely having some issues with a girlfriend when I first left for Thailand, and I was ready to just move on and just start this new chapter. And here goes some drama, and she's cutting me off and I'm cutting her off, and things just weren't looking cute in our relationship. And I just remember being so hurt about it until I got up to the mountains, and the mountains were like, no, 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 not up here, girl, not up here, not a chance. And I just remember just surrendering to the environment. The environment was a temple for me. And it's like in the city, it's just so easy because once again, everything is connected, to just hold on to that like panicked, stressed energy. Your hormones is shooting out all crazy. He rushing, so you rushing. You don't want to rush, but they walk in really fast behind you. You know, all of these things. But out there, it's just like, no, no, not here. We go slow. We take our time. We're cooling. And it's just a completely different feeling and a completely different vibe that feeds you. So that's all for today. I just want to once again encourage time away from devices and time closer to our sources, as a reminder and as a refresher of who we are, also as the perfect environment to listen to yourself from time to time, to give yourself some time to listen, to meditate without having to do all the ohms. You just come out here and you're in the meditation. So that's all for today. Next time I'm out here, I will have some more jewels and gems to share. And yeah, be well, take care until I see y'all again. Peace.